Excel sheets, you'll have the side-by-sides that show you exactly which feature. This is just showing you what features Road-Aid has and kind of what product you compare it to.
So she was asking about kids in college. My kid's in college, but his driver's license still has the Irish dress on.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do they know that he was not 4
Yeah.
hours away from the house? while he was
Yeah.
driving?
I'm not sure about that. It's a really good question.
Yeah.
We'll get an answer for you on that. Okay, and then Medicall. I love this one. My household will use this all the time. So this is being able to call and actually see physically, like a FaceTime style call, to an MD, like you would for an urgent care. So if you know you've got something that you would go to urgent care for, and you're going to go pay a copay and go through the hassle and sit in the waiting room for lots of hours with lots of other sick people.
Get the flu with all
You get to pick up the flu with all of them. You can call, and if your symptoms are something that they can easily diagnose on the phone, they're going to call on a subscription for you right then. So you skip the urgent care visit. It's just a very, very smart idea. And the whole interdependence thing works here too. You just have doctors that have time in between surgeries, have time in between appointments, and so they're signed up for the service, and they log on and take the calls that are coming in.
And does it just rotate a group of physicians?
Yeah, so whoever's on the practice, and they're getting a per incident fee that's coming from the...
Is that a monthly fee?
Yeah, so this one's a monthly fee. You can compare to, like, there's Teladoc or other services out there where you're paying per appointment, typically 40 or more, depends. And some things are covered and some things aren't. So this is your whole family. Anybody that's in your family that would need to contact a doctor, and you're paying a monthly fee. So again, if you're bundling this, you take a Road-Aid and a Medicall and an ID theft protection, you've got a price of $35 a month for something that's giving you a significant savings
What
of
grades
those
of bundle?
products.
More than
3 or more.
3 or more.
3 or more, and it's really cool. The enrollment is so slick and simple. I mean, Kevin's doing a great job. It's just, you come on, I mean, we've got one enrollment form for all products and services and enrollment as a consultant. And pull it up and just, click, shows your little cart. If you click one that's $20 and click another one that's $20, your cart's going to show 40. If you click 3, it's automatically going to show the 50% discount price. In the bottom, it asks you if you also want to sell the products and enroll as a consultant. Just very, very simple.
How is that potential consultant handled? In the sense of, let's say it's, I sign the client up, they get it, and let's say they don't sign up as a consultant that night, but they do it online. Is it still coded to me?
Yeah, so they would go in, same as Autopilot, we were talking about with Autopilot. We've built our whole system, and I don't want to go on a whole compliance rant here, but it's a big rant of mine. The industry doesn't separate customers and sellers, and it's one of the big reasons that the FTC has a hard time saying is there a legitimate retail business here. It's boggled my mind for years. So we've gone to great lengths to know. I know that you, Joe Dalton, are a subscription service customer of these 3 or 4 products. I know you're on Autopilot, and I know you're a consultant. So when you're logging into our system, we're going to serve you up the right information, just like I was talking about with Autopilot. So somebody goes onto your personal website and they sign up just for Medicall, and that's the only product that they choose. And then they later go into their little login and think, wow, I really love what Joe's doing. I want to become a consultant. Now all of a sudden, their own Medicall becomes their personal point, and they're your personal consultant. So it's just tracking all that lineage of customers and everything in a really smart way. Mm-hmm. They can sign up for products and services at the same time they enroll as a consultant, or they can do one or the other and then add it on.
And if they refer someone else from there, let's say, and they're not a consultant, and then that person sees what's going on, wants to become a consultant, that's a couple steps away?
So right now, purely from a technology perspective, not because we don't want to do it, right now we can only commit to the referral program for Autopilot at Go Live. We want to create that same referral program that we talked about for Autopilot. We want that to be for all of our lifestyle services, and we just aren't sure that's going to be a Go Live. So when we go live, an Autopilot customer can refer another customer. A Medicall customer doesn't have that same one-for-one referral yet. All right, and then tech support. This is also a great one. You can compare this to like a support.com service or a Geek Squad. So this is any device in your home. I think this is particularly useful for older clientele that aren't really familiar with how to use their technology. Maybe they don't have a teenager at home. You've got, whole house coverage, so all your electronics. They even answer questions if you call up and say, I don't know how to change my Facebook profile. They're gonna help with your phones, with your computers, social media. So it's on-demand tech support, live chat or phone. Then let's see what's next. Okay, so that's the lifestyle services today. There's several others that we aren't 100% positive will be go live, so we didn't put them in the presentation. But we are looking at a travel savings product that is similar to what some of you have seen in the past. We're looking at some financial products. We're looking at some tax products. So again, if there's something you guys like, you think would be good, our goal is to have multiple services that help make people's lives better, and you can bundle and save. So the suite that we just walked through are the ones that will for sure be there. We also have the ability, and Rob will talk about this, to create a better life bundle, which is all of the above, which gives people even better pricing. So for home products, there's just two I'm going to highlight, and we won't go into detail now. We will later in the afternoon if there's time. Super excited about both of these. They're categories that I think are very relevant. The first is water. You guys have heard us talk about this. The ability to provide pure drinking water. It can tap right into a water line. Filter provides 7-point filtration, reverse osmosis, great tasting, pure, clean drinking water. And if you are in an area that's getting enough humidity, it actually can also generate water from air. And so if you tapped it into a water supply, it's kind of balancing. It's pulling from the water when there's not enough humidity, it's creating water when there is.
Like solar for your water.
Yeah.
Creates your demand.
I like that. So the easiest thing to compare this to is bottled water. I mean, you think about what's in the water we drink, you think about the chemicals, the toxins, the pesticides, think about the amount of plastic. I mean, this is crazy. 1,500 plastic water bottles per second. I mean, this is crazy. This is a category that just makes sense. That's like, I just love that water's a category that we're looking into. I mean, we want to have filter options for people that if they want to have, the water generator, if they want to have a plug-in, it's just a category that makes sense. And there's, what's that?
Does it count for the bundle?
This doesn't count for the bundles. The bundle's limited to the lifestyle services.
Okay.
So we have autopilot, lifestyle services, and home products. So this product, I won't get into comp because Rob's doing that. And then the last one is we really want to get into the security and home automation space. It's a massively growing space, right for innovation. You've got the old school players like the ADTs and those out there that aren't wireless, that aren't completely connected, that don't have the same new monitoring. And there's some very cool options when it comes to linking your security with home automation. I've got a system in my home that I love. I can pull up my little app, turn my lights on and off, check the video camera. We were literally in England and our house was being painted while we were out of town. And we were watching the painters every day to see if they were there on time and what they were doing from our camera on our networks. And you can be like upstairs and you can say like, who's at the door? Well, it's the pizza delivery guy. I leave my daughter home alone and I tell her don't answer the door if it rings. She texts, hey, somebody's at the door. Yep, I see it. It's Marissa's mom. She runs upstairs, answers the door. I mean, I love this and it's just such a needed thing. If a customer's already an ADT client, all the wiring that's in their home can be reused and they actually get a little credit to get some of the cool little doorbells and stuff that come along with it. And if they're not, then they can come and install it fresh. So it's fully installed customizable systems. The pricing's different based on what somebody chooses. Totally wireless system, mobile controlled on your smart app with alarm.com. And you've got, tons of bells and whistles you can add. Just depends on what you want in your system. So it can be just, right now Resi only, but we're evaluating several commercial partners as well.
So like a full month, 60 devices, everything that changes?
Yeah, so it's a finance product combined with your monitoring service. So you're not paying anything upfront for your installation, you're not paying anything upfront for your equipment, and you're just choosing what package you want. And that package includes financing for all your system and then your monitoring. So at the end of that term, that price would go down because it would just be your monitoring. And auto monitoring is all your standard, emergency contact services and this is, we've evaluated this for a while, and the key thing to me here is I'm gonna send somebody into somebody's home. And they're gonna install something on their wall, and they're gonna install something on their doors, and we had to have a good partner. So you'll hear more about who we're working with here, but we're very excited. We're very excited about the group that we're working with and their track record and the reviews and our level of trust in sending them into our customers' homes. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Rob really quick, and this is actually